Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So a new Yubel Fusion was revealed, I think it was yesterday, and it's already up, so let's try it out. It's actually quite solid. I mean, on first thought I was like, this doesn't really seem too good, but then I read it a second time and realized that you can use the materials from the graveyard as well. So it's basically a contact fusion, very similar to the first card that pops into my mind is, what is it called? The fusion for a Manadium, Vicious Astrolaut. Yeah, very similar. Just use the two materials, the two Yubel monsters basically in your graveyard. What is it? It needs a Yubel monster and a monster with 0 attack and defense. So basically the entire deck, almost. Now Yubel, and this is a small new addition I made to my decklist from a couple of weeks ago. It's not new, people have been running it in the OCG as well as the Unchained package, but the new fusion makes it so that, again, you can contact fusion using your materials from the graveyard, and that could potentially trigger Cross Sheep. The beautiful part here is that this is only a 1-card combo, and I'll show you a 2-card combo. This 1-card combo kind of sacrifices your Lord Yama from the graveyard, so this I guess gives you less pops, less interruption during their turn. But what if we add basically another card? Here in this case it's the what is it, Dark Beckoning Beast. It's basically an extra material needed on your side of the field, and of course the continuous spell does help with the monster reborn later, and eventually saving Lord Yama in the graveyard for during your opponent's turn. So you can use the Unchained trap, pop something, bring back the Unchained Link 2 and go from there. Again, very similar opening moves. The field spell again gets you the Terror Incarnate on field, which makes it so that's an easy Link 2 play to go for the Unchained Link. And also this deck plays very well into Nip. Nip is a weakness. But again, the new fusion is also basically a monster negation, very similar to the, I call it the Lone Fire Blossom of the deck, the right card here, the one that tributes itself to search or special summon basically a Yubel from your deck, a Yubel monster, right? This also lets you go for Muckracker, again more protection on your end board, and this is also one of the new monsters, a new rank 10, which is basically an Omni negation by detaching, and it also pops at the same time, destroys. Fantastic card, super easy to get on field for basically any rank 10 deck. So this time going first, get Ashed, Ash on Dark, what is it, Dark Beckoning Beast? I think so. Okay, you prevent the continuous spell search, which is fine, but again not the best against this deck. So I still have my extra normal summon due to the Beckoning Beast, and already had that level 1, the Lone Fire Blossom for Yubel monsters, and again go for the same combo. Already have double poly, and I make a small mistake. I'll come back to that in a couple of moments. So get out the Yubel Fusion before or soon, right? Kind of forcing my opponent maybe to go for an early nip. So go for that Omni negation Exceed, rank 10 Exceeds, and Muckracker reboarding the level 1 for another monster negation. So this is potentially one Omni negation because of the Exceed, field protection because of Muckracker, and double monster negation. But in hindsight, I probably should have not used Muckracker's effect, leave my Super Poly in hand and one set. And as you know, Super Poly with Yubel is basically a full board wipe, and that was better in hindsight. So a small error on my behalf. So this is pretty much game. Again, a couple of interruptions only, right? You had Yubel, and that's also cute, is that this new fusion, again, very easy to get on field, negates basically any monster effect. It only negates, it doesn't destroy, plus itself cannot be destroyed by battle. So sure, it's a weak monster, but your opponent cannot crash into it to, get rid of it. So it's basically always a monster negation guaranteed. Plus, it destroys itself, and it destroys, or, well, sacrifices itself, I guess, and destroys a Yubel from deck. So, short set, you can special summon OG Yubel basically to the field. Again, potentially fueling a Super Poly or whatever, right? It gives you another Yubel name to maybe make your, what is it, the Samsara card, the level 1 life, etc. Ah, yes, no Yubel video without a big Super Poly play. So Snake Eyes, but no Fire Kings. I mean, there was no Ponix play. Was there? Yeah. If I, would have used the monster effect probably, but that's not really consistent. So you just go for your regular Snake Eyes plays. But this opening hand is okay-ish. You have the 1-for-1 for the beneficial extra special summon from deck. Basically your, level 1, the Lone Fire Blossom. What is it? Graves? Bookworm, I believe the name is. Fantastic extender, facilitates those link twos, just the two of, because again you can get a deck from your banished pile with the continuous spell. I don't want to, that monster negation, I need my monster effect, so the Masquerina is also a problem preemptively. I'm sadly not able to punish that with, talents and something like that. But, it's not there. You could definitely go for that. So my only follow-up play here is going for 1/1, right? Problem though is that the, the Little Knight is there. So now, not a Little Knight, but what was it? No, a potential Apo play? No, Little Knight was the preferred one, but short set, just get the Yubel name on field that you can super pole the entire board away. Problem, again, is the Princess. Promethean Princess is still in graveyard, but both Fusion, the Fusion cannot be destroyed by card effect, so that's useless, so I can crash into a stronger monster from your opponent, plus Yubel, the new Yubel, can also do that to give my opponent the burn damage, because I have, the Nightmare Pain continuous spell. I guess my opponent should have used Promethean Princess on Yubel, my Yubel. Sure, it would have been destroyed, special summon OG Yubel, but then I still could have, established my board and, use Nightmare and Search, and I'm not so sure with the lines, but I might have been able to search the Grinder Golem and get it on my opponent's side of the field, but I'm not so sure about that. It depends. I wasn't under draw, right? Yeah, I would have been able to search, maybe get Lord Yama on field and go from there. I don't think it mattered. I should recheck that. So last one, I guess a bonus. So again, very similar to you. Again, nip anytime, which is fine. Still have a couple of follow-up plays with the continuous spell as well, the gates, right? So I guess, again, like in this deck, it's so delicious. I think it's one of the first times that this, gates is so overpowered. It's abusable with this deck. And looking at any other decks, right, or, like what is it, Phantom Beasts, Sacred Beasts. So a superb opening field. What is it? You have 1 Omni Negation, the Exceed Nutcracker Protection, you have Quick Link during their turn, Lord Yama in graveyard, which will be used now, because I, tributed or destroyed my Unchained Link to get it back on field and get the Fiend back to my hand. So delicious. And double Monster Negation still with level 1 and the Yubel Fusion, right? And also, when the Yubel Fusion, like what happens here, I would have been able to, special summon a Yubel, OG Yubel, to the field if it wasn't for Ash. So now, no Monster Negation left because I don't control a Yubel monster. But, that Quick Link is still there. So, short set. It's, we saw in the OCG that it's doing stuff. It's not the best deck, obviously, right? Like, if you compare it at full power Fire King Snake Eyes, that deck does far more than this deck. But maybe after, let's say, a ban list, there is potential. Sadly, the field spell, this deck's best card, is not searchable through the main lines. You could go for Terraforming, but, you're basically setting yourself up for a potential draw and unlock. Draw is a weakness, obviously, to this deck, because it searches a lot. Sure, there are cards that don't really search, but set the card directly to the deck. So kind of, dodging the draw and unlock birthright from the deck, or dodging the draw as a whole. So, feel free to leave suggestions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks so much. Feel free to leave a comment, like. If you enjoyed the video, leave them signing out. Peace.